Howdy lads, welcome back to another Gates of Hell PvP match. This time it is a 2v2 on Courtyard. It's late war, I'm the US faction and I've gone for the irregular doctrine. I am joined by Robf, many of you may have seen him before on the channel. He's in the Discord. And we are versing a guy called Brain Siski and another guy called Psychedelic Psycho or something like that. But let's get into what we're doing. So I've spawned on the right side of the map. So I'll head to the east and see if I can get there first. Just spawned a standard squad. Obviously, I'm going to be lacking on the old infantry, so we'll see how we go with just that one squad. I do have to be careful. If they get wiped too quickly, it can really, put us on the back foot early. I'm also just getting some riflemen up just to kind of cover the flank. I don't want to just leave all that open. And Rob is heading out to the west. I know he'll be fine out there. He's a good player. So I'm just going to leave him to do his thing and see how we go. The worry about being the US in, I guess, anything is if they bring a Jeep up and wipe your first squad, the game's pretty well over. Like, it's very hard to come back from getting squad wiped as a US faction compared to, the Soviets or the Finns. With the Germans, it's kind of the same with certain doctrines, like the offensive doctrine, for example. If you get that first squad wiped, it can really hurt you. But yeah, so I'm just trying to be careful with these lads. I wanted to hide them in the compound a little bit because he obviously did have a Jeep of some sort because he raced there very quickly. So, and there it is. He's actually looking out to the southeast for some reason. I don't understand what he's doing. But he has seen me. Got the rifle grenadiers on it. I'm going to send them over to take out that Kuba wagon. But sometimes the best thing you can do in this instance is just avoid it. He can't do anything with it if I'm, hidden and spread out everywhere. So I'm more than happy for him to bring his Kuba wagon up. I feel like they're better. Sorry about the bottom there, lads. I feel like they're better on open maps. I wouldn't really advise getting them for this, or at least this point. Maybe send one to the middle. But yeah, I probably wouldn't have done that one. But all good. So it looks like Rob's doing quite well on his side. No one's actually pushed into the middle yet. Rob does have forces there. But I've got my next squad pushing up. Just a military police squad. My first squad's still there doing its thing. I just wanted manpower. I know a lot of people will get annoyed that I bought the military police. But I do think they have their place with the Americans. I wouldn't really buy cheap squads with any other faction because they're pretty well useless. But yeah, just the manpower is good. They have a lot of dudes that have pushed between the middle and eastern point. They've kind of pushed that gap there. I didn't want to let them get too far forward. So these military police will sit here and just let him know that I've got forces there. Things gone quite well though. Rob's now capping the middle point. And I'm going to deal with this Jeep. The rifle grenadiers are very finicky to use. It's really annoying, I must say. So, it's got a few lads hidden. I'm just going to use all my grenades. They got 17 grenades, so you might as well use them before they die. The F1 spam that everyone loves so much. And they got another dude here, so I'll throw these grenades too. I find, even if it's just one dude, throw 2 or 3 grenades there, because most squads will have a stupid amount of grenades and you won't go through them all. So you might as well just overwhelm with F1. And the benefit of that is when they go to run away from the first grenade, sometimes they'll run straight to the second. So that's always nice. But I've managed to get a few kills with the grenade, which was nice. He only had the Volkstrom units, so they're pretty crappy. I am getting an AT detachment up, just in case. Didn't need it, but it's better to have stuff there ready than not. And obviously I don't get AT rifles as the Germans, so bazooka it is. As many of you know, with most other factions, I'll usually have an AT rifle up pretty well as soon as I possibly can. I'm just going to leave him to pop shots at that. Old mate's seen me doing it. Good play on it. Good play on his part. But luckily I do have this other one here. So we're coming up a bit over 4 minutes, so close to the 5 minutes. This is where the infantry parity starts to level out as the Americans. Especially if you've kept that first squad, you know, best part alive, which I have. You can have a go. Get him. Ah. But all good. It's not really doing anything. It's in a pretty average spot, I'd say. I'm going to push my bazooka around and just get rid of it. You know, you don't want to leave these things there long enough to do damage. Because a machine gun Jeep can still wipe a squad very easily. Now what I'm going to do is get a 60mm mortar up just for defense. So I find, you know, a lot of people don't like mortars. I love them. And I think they are amazing for defense for many reasons, which most of you have heard before. And, I missed. Didn't even hit one. Had to go. It's worth it. But I'm pulling them back because he's just pushed a squad in there. No point losing him for nothing. Now I've got these Red Bull Express trucks. I hadn't used them before until this game. They're supply trucks with 50 cows on them. Now, he doesn't have anything too hectic so far, so I figured I could bring them up to do some damage. But 5.5 minutes in, 419 to 250, myself and Rob's way. Rob is killing it out on that flank. He's actually losing that western point, but he's holding the middle, so not to worry. We do have the initiative, so it's, you know, it is very hard, especially in a 2v2, to regain the initiative when your opponents are pushing as hard as me and Rob are. Like, I mean, I'm kind of just defending, but Rob just keeps hitting that western point, which means they can't focus on the middle and try and out-cap us points-wise. Zones-wise, sorry. The 50 cow's up. So he's already getting some shots off. Happy days. I think these trucks can be really useful. As long as your enemy doesn't bring out a tank or something, and then it kind of ruins them. But the benefit of having two is you can kind of, you know, if you lose one, you've still got another. And being a truck, you'd want to move it from spot to spot. You know, bring it back, rearm a mortar, and then push out to a flank if you're getting pushed, just to kind of, you know, hold the line. You wouldn't really use these for offensive purposes, I don't think, unless you were sure there was no tank. But he's brought out the infantry gun, so I'm pulling my lads way away. My Red Bull trucks. How cool are they, though? The Red Bull Express. If you haven't heard about it, go read up on it. It's pretty snazzy. Either way, having a look at some airborne recon. These guys have decent veterancy. They're veterancy 3, so they're worth a decent amount on the point. I'm also bringing up more AT, just in case. So I'm pretty comfortable on this right side at the minute. I do have to watch out for that infantry gun, though. I will get my mortar just throwing shots out there to see what I can do. And the beauty of having these Red Bull Express trucks is I don't have to bring up ammo crates, which is always handy. So I can't quite reach, but with the mortars, they have quite a wide range that they'll hit, so it will kind of overshoot shots. And chances are I may be able to hit the infantry gun. So right now it's just about establishing myself defensively. I hold both the points on my side and the middle's held, so I've got no reason to push too hard. Ooh, the M20. I should have brought out the M13. I just seen that became available. Don't know why I didn't. But the M20 is quite good. Obviously, you get the free bazooka as well, which is nice. I mention it every time, but use it, please. And I finally killed the Kuba wagon with the mortar, so I'll take that. Now, I'm not sure what he's doing. It looks like he's moving. Oh, I thought he was. I thought he was moving the infantry gun, but he's not. Mortar's doing plenty of damage, though. It's like a grenade going off every, you know, few seconds. I love those little grenades. I think they're way better than the little grenades. Little mortars, I think they're better than the big ones. There's actually getting shots off at my truck, so I'm pulling that back. He did kill one of the dudes out of it, which sucks, but... Oh, mate, he'll fix that. So, as usual, I'm getting old mate out. I'm grabbing the bazooka. And can't fully remember, but I may send him right. Yes. But the infantry gun's not doing too much damage. Obviously, I have, you know, a lot of cover. So it's really hard for him. The best thing he could probably do with that infantry gun is actually destroy these buildings. But it looks like he's trying to get a shot at my mortar. I was going to try and airstrike it, but didn't have one available. I actually do like the irregular US doctrine. I think it's quite snazzy. But yeah, nothing's really happening at the minute. Moving this Red Bull truck to the left. I figured they wouldn't have much covering the middle, and he does still have guys in between the middle and eastern point. If I get the truck there, hopefully he can get a few kills. And Rob's just pinged something up north. Don't know what it is. Not entirely sure. Oh, it's a stu. That's alright. Not too hard to deal with. I don't know what Rob's got. I think he's just got like a T-70 or something. I reckon he's the Soviets. But he's actually capping their back point as well. He snuck straight through. So you've got to watch that with the better players, like, you know, Rob, etc. You give them a gap, they're going to push it. So frustrating to deal with. I absolutely hate it, but part of the game. Yeah, they will punish you if you give them even the slightest gap. So don't do that. Now, one thing old mate did there, if you've seen, he's got his little, you know, Jeep thing, whatever it's called, right against his infantry gun. So if that infantry gun gets hit, odds are that the cart is going to take damage as well and could possibly die. So you want to leave a little bit of a gap. The other benefit to the gap is, with the game mechanics, if I'm shooting at the infantry gun, if he hooks it up after I've taken all the crew, it'll actually pull the AT gun to the car. So it'll move it maybe 5 meters, which can be enough to save it from taking a shot and getting destroyed. So yeah, always leave a little bit of a gap. Now, I'm just trying to move these up behind that house. And here we go. Take that. I've got a plane coming at him. Hopefully he doesn't realise what's going on. So now he's destroying this house. Good play. That was the move. That did absolutely nothing, that machine gun, but 3, 2, 1. Bang. So he realised too late. Rough gig. Republic P-47D-22 Razorback. That's what that was. Well, that's what that plane's called. Now, if you've got AA, what you can do is actually direct control it, shoot down the plane, and I will actually lose a stupid amount of points if you do that. So, when you're using airstrikes, you've got to make sure your opponent hasn't wisened up to stuff like that, because it can cost you, especially in domination matches. You lose that plane, it hurts. He's brought up another infantry gun though. Gonna try to lob some grenades. He hit the fence, which was very lucky for me. Good play on his part though, pull it away. So I've really put him on the back foot now. It's going to be very hard for them to come back. Reinforcing with another squad, an 82nd Airborne Demolition Squad, I think it's called. My animals are playing chasey in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I've got a cat and a dog, and the dog will chase the cat to the end of the house, and then once she catches him, she'll turn around and sprint to the other end, and he'll chase her, and they'll just do that back and forth for like, I don't know, 2-3 minutes. It's quite funny to watch, actually. But old mate's actually got me with a Panzerfaust. Brilliant play by Brain Siski. So fair play to him. Done very well. I didn't realise he had that many soldiers there. I have reinforced now though. A cool thing about some of these American squads is they come with AT mines. So if you get the chance, you know, and we've all seen, you know, Triglav do stuff like this, but just throw mines everywhere. If I was versing, you know, a player and I was under the pump and I had a little bit of time in between these points, I'd be lining that road full of AT mines. But they've actually bought out something on the north there. So I'm pushing up now. He's been completely wiped off this point. But they do have a heavy tank pushing from the north. So I'm going to throw some of my AT guys across eventually. He's brought out the Tiger. So I'll let you be the judge, but do you think you should save for a Tiger? I believe that'll be the thumbnail, to be honest. But yeah, do you think you should save for a Tiger? Because I think this game has proven itself that you shouldn't spend money on a Tiger, especially this early. And you have no infantry. But he had to try something, obviously. The infantry wasn't able to push through all my lads. Now, while his infantry gun is facing the wrong way, I'm going to run and try and get him. And Dunskies. And as you can see, Rob's actually Panzer Shrek the Tiger. So, yeah, gone. Did pretty well, nothing. The Stut is still doing quite well, though, I must say. 15 minutes in, 9:33 to 1:06. Myself and Rob's way. All over it at the minute. Rob's pretty well pushing on the last zone that they hold. And out comes the Easy, the E4, whatever it's called, tank. It's a flamethrower tank. Quite good. I actually really rate it. But it's not that good against other tanks. I will stress that. Because I can't stress that enough. I've had, Panzer 3 ends take, 10 shells from it and then turn around and shoot me. Likewise, that was actually our game, if you're watching. The dreaded Panzer 3. But there's not a lot they can do to come back from this now. They'd have to somehow push it 2 zones and start capping them right now. They probably still wouldn't make it. Sherman's coming up though, just have a look. Figured I'll push it up, why not? Hey, you got a kill. Happy days. Another squad up. They're more than likely not even going to make it. Oh, my dog's squealing. I'll have to go check that out in a sec. Game's almost over though, lads. But if you do like this content, please do like, sub, comment. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers, lads.